Let's talk about skid steers. So we came out here with the mini excavator. We came out here with some chainsaws and our field crew, including the dogs. And this was pretty dense. You know, if you look off this way, right, that's kind of what this area was before we came here in the spring. And as you can see, we've done some cutting and clearing. And you know, these are little maples, pulling them out with the mini excavator. But as you can see, we got this big old pile of brush, right? And if we were like clear cutting, we could just pile all that up and burn it in place. I got a forest overhead right here. And so we got to this point and we're like, oh boy, we got a lot of stuff to move.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, I think the ferry cabin was really I'll call it a motivator to start looking at different stuff. 4 tons of flagstone was an accelerator. And we've been looking at skid steers I've been looking at them for years. And I just couldn't find the solution. So Corey did a little bit of research and maybe you can tell us how did we go from skid steer to where we may be going in the future?
All right, let's go for a little walk. I'm always interested in finding a better way. I'm always interested in up and coming businesses or new way to do things. I always find that fascinating. That's where I got my little Tonka excavator. A lot of fun. Thought about going that route. You can get no-name Chinese stand-on skid steers right off the boat, varying quality. But in terms of the duty cycle and the work we're going to put this thing through, I didn't feel comfortable with that. China's doing some really good stuff with manufacturing. They do some sketchy stuff with manufacturing too. I did a lot of due diligence. I watched a lot of review videos from some guys operating in this space. And what we found is that there's a couple of I'll call them real brands, right? So these are companies, they do their own manufacturing, and they're bringing their branded equipment to the United States. So they're breaking into the market through a lot of process of elimination. I ended up looking at this brand called Ripa.
Well, you looked at
you can talk to the people at the company. You can get parts and support. For what we're looking at, you know, like 25 horsepower diesel tracked skid steer, they have good things in the running, $10,000 to $20,000. Friday, we decided to go on a little road trip down to northern Chicago. There is a gentleman there I connected up with on Facebook. His name's David. Really, really nice guy.
Where does David work? Where does he run?
He as far as I understand, he is the United States operation for a really cool company called GTM Tools USA. They're a European company. They actually have their own line of, you know, I'll call it commercial to residential land management equipment. So they've got dump trucks, really cool dump trucks. They've got lawn mowers, generators, augers, all kinds of really cool stuff.
Did you check all that stuff out?
Oh, I did. You know, I'm there to look at a skid steer because they also sell Ripa. They don't make it, but they're a dealer for it or a distributor. And you know, he's like, hey, you wanna check out this other equipment? I'm like, yes, I do. Like 35 horsepower commercial mowers for right around 10 grand. And you know, I've got a high-end, not high-end, a prosumer Ariens 60-inch lawnmower, zero turn. It's a great mower, but it's like a pile of junk compared to those GTM machines. Like they are really, really nice. The build quality was really high. The branding was good. The motors seem really, really nice. I had never heard of the brand. It's a Chinese brand, but apparently they make motors for a lot of other companies. And
it looks really good to me. And just looking at the build quality, the engine quality, you know, I'm not a real engine guy. I'm not a real tractor guy, but I can tell the difference between the Tonka and you know, the GTM brand and the Ripa brand. They are not even close to the same.
Yeah. So I'd never seen a Ripa before. Friday, and we drove out there. David was great. He pulled it right out of the warehouse, fired it up, ready to go, and he's like, here, get on. And so I love that, like that kind of service and customer support, and like, here, try it out, see how it works. You He was really knowledgeable, helpful. Can't say enough good things about him. And he let us play with all the toys, which I really, really love. So if you're in that area, this is, Mundelein, Illinois, north of Chicago, GTM Tools USA. Give them a call, check them out. Like, I think they're kind of appointment only, but it's a really cool place to see some toys.
We'll put their phone number in the comments below, so you can, you'll have their phone number, contact information. I would say that, and again, this is not my thing. Equipment stuff is not, I'm more of an axe shovel kind of guy.
Yeah.
But boy, I was really impressed with both the service and the machinery. And if you want to check those toys out, that's a great place to go. So you looked at a couple brands of Ripa, Corey. What would you look at?
So we took a look at the RS03, RS04, RS06 Pro. And I was familiar with all of them. They've all got Kubota diesel engines between like 11 and 25 horsepower and decent pumps. And they're really for different things. Like, so the RS03, RS04 are just phenomenal homeowner machines. If I didn't have a compact tractor and I just needed something, like, I just need something to start working my land and I don't have any money, like, I would go for one of those machines. I already have a tractor, I already have an excavator. So for me, it would probably be duplicative. Now, the RS06...
Duplicative. That's a big word.
All right, it would be extra. It would be extra and I wouldn't use it. Now, the RS06 Pro, I'll use, and I'll use frequently. Now, it's a new product to market, right? So Ripa came out with the RS06 original maybe a year or two ago. And they really listened to their customers and they made some really good improvements. And I love this. I love this because there's a whole lot of owners of these equipment who are on the forums and they're sharing like, oh, I got my RS06 TAC 2 and the plate only works with Ripa equipment and I want to use non-Ripa equipment. So what did Ripa do? Well, Ripa released a new version. That's where the RS0603 came from. That now has a Toro Dingo plate, right? So it's pretty much a universal. Now that came out and some portion of the owners noticed like, oh, this thing's like a 1/4 inch off. And I love the fact that like the US sales rep for Ripa, I think even the CEO of Ripa have been on the net, on the Facebook group saying, hey, really appreciate you bringing this up. We're going to send you the new plate. It'll work fine with the attachments that came with it. It'll work fine with our attachments, but we recognize there's a problem. They got some tutorials on like, well, if you want to modify your plate to make it work now, great. And they're also, like real time saying like, we're 1 week out from the new plates. And then they actually have a network of dealers in the United States where like you can go talk to somebody brick and mortar. I'm going to give a call out to Ripa Mike in Texas from his YouTube channel.
Yeah, he puts a lot of information out there.
He's great. He's great. And so anytime you bring a new product to market, there's issues, but it's how you respond to those issues. And I've been really impressed.
Yeah, the fact that the company acknowledged, hey, it's a problem, and then they said, we will fix it. And that is really where we want people to be, right? Rather than, oh, no, it's not really a problem. It's okay. It's how you're using it, and I'll call it the used car salesman type of service. Hey, there's a problem. We're going to fix it. The fix looks like it's solving the problem, and that tells us that moving forward, we have at least a base of some service, some base of information, and some confidence in the Ripa company itself. So we're pretty pleased with what we found.
As opposed to my Tonka machine, where when I have a problem with this, I don't think there's a company that exists that knows they made this. There's not a dealer I can go to for service, and it's fine. It's a very simple machine. I can fix it. Upgraded all the Zerk fittings because it came with a fitting I didn't have. Stuff's gonna wear out and I'm gonna replace it and fix it. And for a light duty machine, I've got like 30 hours on this thing. I'll be surprised if I get to 100 in the next 2 years. I might do a lot of digging. It's a Briggs & Stratton motor, it's good, but this is really self-serve. And with Ripa, they're really moving into more of a higher level of support model, which I very much appreciate. Now, did we buy it?
We haven't bought it.
Not-
We made a decision.
Oh, I think we have. I think we want it.
Well, who advised us on the decision?
Oh, guys with beards.
Guys with beards.
Guys with beards. Yeah.
Guys with beards on the internet.
Guys with beards on the internet,
That's how you make your equipment decisions.
Yes.
'Cause they are the experts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and maybe we'll throw some of their videos in the comments so other folks can see some of the reviews, because we're gonna buy it.
Which one are we gonna buy?
RS06 Pro.
We're gonna get the RS06, and in the comments below, we'll put enough information down there. We can research this.